Hey guys, it's Jean-Claude, I'm back. Oh my gosh, yesterday's video, woo! What a beautiful deck, right? It had an awesome name, The Creature That Screams at Dreams. It also was an incredible deck. We broke that streak. Very nice. And there was a couple people that were a little confused. I didn't explain the combo well because I thought most people knew about it by now. I'll probably make a video discussing the combo itself. And I'll also explain, because after I verified, it is an OTK deck. I didn't initially think so, but it definitely gets there. It's a little tight, but it happens. Today's deck, Sanctum, Brobnar, and Shadows. It's Moses, General of the Chiseled Harbor. Also another fun little name. I always enjoy whenever the decks have just a nice little tone to them. Alright, let's see what today's deck has in store for us. It's Umbra, 2-power Skirmish. Whenever you fight, you get Steel and Amber. Smiling Ruth, 1-power Elusive. Whenever you reap, if you forge the key this turn, take control of an enemy flank creature. Nice. Shadow Self, great protection, 9-power. Deals no damage when fighting. Damage dealt to non-spectre neighbors is dealt to Shadow Self instead. Hey, Dipno Spymaster. He's 1-power Elusive. Omni, choose a friendly creature. You may use that creature this turn. This could be really good. Bad Penny, 1 power, and it's destroyed. Return Bad Penny to your hand. 2 Bad Pennies. Oh no, 3 Bad Pennies. Ooh, that means we actually have Discard Fighter already. Even Seeker Needles can't save this. And we don't even have one anyway. Relentless Whispers, nice card. Amber whenever you play it, deal 2 damage to a creature. If this damage destroys that creature, you get Steel and Amber. Very good card. We're not even going to say the name. Play, purge a creature with power 3 or lower. Very nice. Hey, Nerve Blast. Steal 1 Amber. If you do, you get to deal 2 damage to a creature. Booby Trap. Amber, whenever you play it, deal 4 damage to a creature that is not on the flank with the 2 damage splash. Very nice card. Oh, and a Bait and Switch, which is obviously our last Shadows card. And the current best card in the game. Play, if your opponent has more Amber than you, you steal an Amber. Repeat this card's effect if your opponent still has more Amber than you. Very nice. Now we're on to Sanctum. It's Protect the Weak. Amber, whenever you play it, it's an upgrade. This creature gets +1 armor and gains Taunt. 2, Protect the Weaks. Raiding Knight, 4 power, 2 armor. Whenever you play, capture an Amber. That's what you want to see. Grey Monk, 3 power. Each friendly creature gets +1 armor. Whenever it reaps, heal 2 damage from a creature. Nice. Frankus, 6 power, 1 armor. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Frankus, he gets to capture an Amber. Champion Anafel, 6 power, 1 armor. Has Taunt. Another guy that can protect like that Death-Nose Spymaster. 2 Champion Anafels. Hallowed Blaster, it's an artifact. As an action, you heal 3 damage from a creature. Pretty good with all the Sanctum creatures that have armor. 2 Hallowed Blasters. Oh no, 3 Hallowed Blasters. Okay, that is a lot of Hallowed Blasters, guys. Most I've ever seen in a deck by far. Let's see, we did have a decent amount of creatures to use that with so far. Shadows creatures are obviously pretty small. That's actually still pretty good for actually healing up a Shadow Self. So yeah, this is a little bit better than it looks because we might have some bigger creatures that we can actually heal with all 3 of these. Inspiration, ready and use a friendly creature. Nice. Cleansing Wave, heal 1 damage from each creature. Gain 1 Amber for each damage healed this way. Now we're on to Brobnar. It's the big boy, it's the Troll. He's 8 power. Whenever he reaps, heal 3 damage. Smash, 5 power, play, stun a creature. Rock Hurling Giant. During your turn, each time you discard a Brobnar card from your hand, you may deal 4 damage to a creature. This guy is easily one of my favorite Brobnar creatures. He's beefy at 6 power, plus the ability to have direct damage with any Brobnar card in your hand. It's very, very useful in so many games. Love this guy. Heavy the Huge, 6 power whenever you play, deal 2 damage to each other undamaged creature. Headhunter, 5 power whenever he fights, you gain an Amber. Gauntlet of Command, artifact. As an action, ready and fight with a friendly creature. Warsong, nice. Play for the remainder of the turn. Gain 1 Amber each time a friendly creature fights. Tremor. So I don't know if you've heard me talk about stun lately, guys, but the more and more I play with it, it just gets better and better. It's a really good effect. I said there's a lot of times where it's stunning those creatures for more than a turn, and the times where it does only stun those creatures for a turn, your opponent's actually getting to do less with other cards. They're just trying to unstun those creatures. So it's a lot of times a free turn. So play, stun a creature and each of its neighbors. Loot the Bodies, nice. For the remainder of the turn, gain 1 Amber each time an enemy creature is destroyed. Very good. Hey, Burn a Stockpile, got some Amber control. If your opponent has 7 or more Amber, they lose 4. Brothers in battle, and whenever you play it, choose a house. For the remainder of the turn, each friendly creature of the house may fight. Pretty good to activate some of those Sanctum creatures. And our final card of the deck is Anger. It's an amber whenever you play it, ready and fight with a friendly creature. So obviously this deck is all about board presence and then keeping the creatures on the board thanks to things like Hallowed Blaster, Tremor to help make your creatures survive longer as well. We didn't have any, let's see. So in Brobnar we did have 2 great cards for how many creatures we have here, which is Loot the Bodies and Warsong. So if our opponent does have a decent sized board, we are able to use both these in combination with like Brothers in Battle, so we can get the maximum effect. So we can use just more than Brobnar there, right? Be able to fight with Sanctum and Brobnar. And what's great about something like that is, look at our Sanctum creatures. Let's see, we had Frankus. Let's see. Frankus, who's going to capture 1 after he survives a fight. And then we also have Champion Anethel, so these guys are most likely to survive. They're actually going to survive whenever you use them in the fight, so that's very nice. We're going to gain that amber, we're going to kill a creature, and we still have the creatures on the board. That's awesome to have there. Grey Monk, great utility for this deck. Each friendly creature gaining an armor. It's going to be big with some of these Brobnar creatures. You take something like a, let's get to him right here, Headhunter. A lot of times this guy only maybe gets 1 or 2 fights where you can actually gain the amber, barring he's not against elusive creatures. There he can always just keep gaining an amber, but then you're not killing the creature. You take something like a Grey Monk and you pair it up with this guy, and he's going to be able to survive a lot more fights. You just take out bad pennies all day, gain an amber. Heavy the Huge. Yeah, the Brobnar here is pretty good. The Sanctum's pretty good. Love those Hallowed Blasters. Once again, we had those big power creatures to use it even to heal the Brobnar guys. Troll, Smash. We had like 2 6 power creatures right here in Brobnar. Those 5, yep. Those Hallowed Blasters are actually going to have a greater effect than they typically would. I mean, they're a great card to begin with. It's just a little bit better the more high-powered creatures you have. Protect the Weak, being able to give some other creatures taunt, very good. So let's kind of look back through the Shadows. Shadows is a very important house to evaluate anytime you look through a deck, because you want to see how much steel you have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're pretty light in the steel department, so our amber control is a little bit lower than it should be, or rather, how we would like it. But instead of that, look at the damage we have in Shadows. You got the Booby Trap, you got Nerve Blast. This is a sort of damage because it's actually purging a creature. You know, creature removal, I guess we'll go with. Relentless Whispers does it. These bad pennies are just terrible in here. Oh, man. That is a shame. Yeah, this really does take it down. So, I've talked about this in the past, but it's good to bring up every once in a while. So, the thing about having a bad card in your deck, it's okay if you have a bad card in your deck. You can always discard it, right? But whenever you have 2 or 3 bad cards, and you now purposely have to call a house just to discard cards from your hand and not really get any other use, that's when things start to get real bad, real awful. It brings the consistency of any deck way down. And that's what these bad pennies are unfortunately going to do in here. Sure, we're going to have some plays where we can drop a bad penny, Relentless Whispers our own creature so we can make sure we get the steal. Let's see, Nerve Blast you definitely don't want to do. But yeah, see, that's the other crazy part. We only have the 1 combo with it, and that's worst case. Oh, yeah. I mean, these bad pennies are really bad in this deck. The Spy Master, yeah, I can see that working out quite a bit. Being able to Reap with the Troll on a Shadow's turn just so it can heal itself is very good. Shadow Self, I think, as said, that's going to do a lot with those Hallowed Blasters. Smiling Ruth, I feel like we're not going to be gaining Amber too quick unless we can gain control of the board. And Number is always just a solid card. So yeah, this deck overall, it's a little bit weaker. This also might be just because I opened the most ridiculous deck ever yesterday. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, you need to check it out. But I think even that aside, no, it's just a weaker deck. I feel like there's not any huge combos. There's just little mini things. I said I do love the Brobnar. Having both these two with ways to fight outside the house is really good. But other than that, I think the deck is a little low on power level. We're going to give this thing, I mean, it's probably right at an average deck, maybe a hair less. I mean, it just depends on how you personally value those cards. But I'm going to give this a C-. Yeah, this deck is just a straight C-. Alright, well, everyone, I want to thank you for watching my videos. And if you haven't already, you can follow me on Twitter at JeanC_Keyforge. where sometimes, like I did yesterday, I'll post a little a hint or a spoiler of the upcoming deck, or sometimes we might just discuss some other things involving Keyforge, upcoming events, and just whatever other happenings are going on. Follow me there if you like my videos, and I will see you guys next time.